Okay, so what we have here is a map of the Pacific theater of World War II from 1941 to 1945. While the battle is raging in Europe between the U.S. and its allies and against Hitler and his allies, we have this whole other war going on in the Pacific Ocean. Um, so that starts with the bombing of Pearl Harbor, which you see right here, in December of 1941, where the Japanese surprise attacked the United States, trying to knock out their ability to make war here in the Pacific against Japan. So, Japan tries to basically stymie the U.S. and their whole Pacific fleet, but what they don't realize is all they do is strengthen the resolve of the United States in wanting to get revenge on Japan and wage war against them here in the Pacific. So it actually ends up backfiring on Japan. So what we have is this bombing of Pearl Harbor in December of 1941, and this whole area in between Pearl Harbor and Japan here, everything you see here is all under control of Japan. So everything you see here under control of Japan. So the problem is the U.S. now has to fight its way to Japan while getting through all these various island chains that are controlled by Japan. So basically what the U.S. does is it has to island hop and fight from island to island. So, they fight the Battle of Midway here, and then they fight their way down here, and then they start making their way here and start taking all these various island chains. And, it obviously happens a lot faster than what I'm showing you. This takes a total of 4 years to get through all these islands. And it was some of the hardest fighting of World War II was on these islands, and a lot of U.S. lives lost, obviously. But the U.S. did end up victorious enough so that it could get to the point where it could get close to mainland Japan, which is right here. And once the United States got close enough to mainland Japan, they could now decide what to do. They could send in troops and have an invasion of Japan, which estimates, called for, 1 million troops, and the estimates were that 1 million troops could die in this invasion. Japan did not give up easily. It was either that or the new technology of atomic weaponry, which fell in the lap of Harry Truman after he became president. He finally realizes that the United States has the ability to drop an atomic bomb on Japan. So he has to make probably one of the hardest decisions any president has ever had to make, as president, which was, do I send, 1 million troops to their deaths and hopefully destroy, take Japan? Or do I drop a bomb, a devastating bomb, which could end the war right there and then? So as history, shows us, Truman made the choice to drop the bomb here on Japan. A couple bombs, one in Hiroshima, and then the next in Nagasaki, which essentially ended the war against Japan here in the Pacific.